Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the last and final race of the Ferrari 33 SP. And as always, the administrators, absolutely killed it and have really nailed it with the last three races. We had Le Mans, Silverstone, and we get to top the season off with Spa. I really don't think there's a better way to end this championship than this track right here, and we'll really get to see what these drivers have and just how far they're willing to push their cars. And of course, if you're wondering what all the text is at the very bottom, a lot of the drivers had thanks to the administrators and everything that they posted in the Discord. So I took all of it and I made us a nice little scrolling banner, which I had originally planned on doing a vocal thanks from all the drivers, but unfortunately I had a major computer crash last night, but was able to finally get everything going for this last race. So let's get on with this, because I know y'all are tired of hearing me ramble on. Like I said, we are here at Spa. It is 7 kilometers or 4.35 miles long, an incredible 20 turns, all of them very tricky. They get a 10-minute practice, 10-minute qualifying, followed by a approximate 80-minute race, but it will be 40 laps. So tonight, for the final race of the season, we have a fantastic 40 laps here at Spa, and I really can't tell y'all how much I'm looking forward to watching this race. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And as a quick reminder of last week's podium finishers and driver of the day at Silverstone, K. Morse brought home, well, sorry y'all, we have K. Morse's sticker, but he was replaced by Javier. So Javier, I apologize, I almost gave K. Morse credit for your victory, bringing in the first place. But Faster drove for himself, so Faster definitely gets the credit for the second place win. And GAVRA brought home the third. And we all decided that Dr. Fiend had a great race last week and deserved driver of the day. So let's have a look here. Oh, we do have a few drivers managing to get in a little bit of time. We're currently on ESR Chef. He has a 2:05 during practice. GAVRA is currently running a 2:06 during practice. Faster with a 2:07. Oh, the grid is stacking up very nice around the track. You can see even during their first couple laps of getting their times in, all the drivers are really right on top of each other. We have Manic UK running a 2:08. Hodgker a 2:08. All these drivers are really going to be flying around this track tonight. All of them have severely impressed me throughout the season. The racing has been absolutely fantastic. Mike HLB with a 209 flat. Oh, I believe he may have, no, that was someone else that had just improved. I believe that was Faster. Put himself up there with a 207. ID4 with a 207. And Snaker put himself, he got a time in and put himself in 6th. Oh, he just got bested. But he has a 208, and this, of course, again, is practice. Drivers are just feeling out the track, seeing where the grip is, and trying to get a little bit of rubber put down for qualifying and the race. And we have Marcos. Marcos is, well, it was his first lap out. Marcos is actually incredibly quick, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because I've tried to race with him several times and he has always just completely blown me away. Agulator not yet able to set a time. Flip's going to hang out in the pit for a little while. I don't think I blame him. Get that nice relaxation in before the last race of the season. Make sure your nerves are all nice and good and settled. Gives you a little extra time to go over your pit stop strategies, your setups, and things like that. Because at GAVRA Racing, especially here in the project cars, before the race, the drivers are notified of 2 of the weather slots, but the 3rd is always picked randomly and is not announced until usually about, if the drivers are lucky, they get that information 10 minutes before the race starts. Usually it is about 5 minutes before the race starts that they're provided with the 3rd and final random weather slot. And I think all the drivers were pretty happy tonight that we're basically going to race under a lot of clouds and no rain. There was a lot of speculation. We did have about an 80% chance of rain for this race, but weather was good, and it's gonna move on out just a little bit as the race goes on, and we'll end up transitioning from heavy cloud to, I believe it was medium cloud. And of course, the track temperatures up in the right-hand corner are correct. The track is 91 degrees Fahrenheit or 33 degrees Celsius. So it's, in my opinion, this is some really, really excellent racing weather tonight. And of course, air temperature 72 degrees Fahrenheit and 22 degrees Celsius. And I do have standings and things loaded up. And actually, I forgot to go to my car show there. Let's see if I got enough time to actually do what I forgot. Y'all, please bear with me. I stayed up really, really late last night trying to recover from the computer crash. Yeah, I believe I got enough time to go through the driver's points here. Yep, we have Alochamps with 360 points. Faster with 308. Flip with 230. ESR Chef with 222. Agulator with 200. Red 15 with 173. Hodgker with 166. Dr. Fiend with 124. K-Morse also 124. And I had just enough time. That does round out the grid for the points. I actually impressed myself there. How you doing tonight, Chef? It's great to see you in the chat, but wait a minute, I'm checking through here. I thought you were on track. He is on track. He's currently setting the fastest practice lap with a 2:05.3. Very impressive, Chef. And since we're pretty much just about done with the practice session, and we all know I'm a terrible reader and very slow, we'll go ahead and pop up Sig's standings. He does a fantastic job of making all the standings for the Project Cars 2 leagues and post them on the Discord, which he also maintains for us. And really just a huge shout out for Sig for all the work he does on the Discord and standings. Alright, so last week's results were at Silverstone. As we already know, Alochamps had the win. ESR Chef came in second. Third was Agulator. Fourth was Red 15. Fifth was Flip. Hodgker finished sixth. 7th was Manic UK. 8th was ID4. 9th was Snaker. 10th was Faster. 11th was Mike HLB. And 12th was K-Morse. Oh, there's another thing I managed to get right tonight. Look at it. This might turn out to be an incredible end to this season. We already went over the individual driver points, but as we can see, we can get us a good look at all of the legs here of throughout the entire season. As you can see, and I do believe there is a massive shout out to Champs. I believe he has already cinched the championship before tonight. I believe he is pretty much untouchable. He has won the championship, and we'll give him another massive shout out at the end of the race as well. But you can see through the legs of the race that it was not always very easy for him to pull off this win. Right there at the end of leg 2, Champs and Faster both were tied with 108 points. And by the time we got to the end of leg 3, Champs was actually behind Faster. Champs had 93 points and Faster had 102. So it was really close. Yeah, so they really did do a lot of shuffling around throughout the whole season. Some great battles. And let's go ahead and cover team points. I'm not positive who the team points winner is. I believe it actually is, though. Tuned Beetle is going to be our team winners for the championship, which is Flip Flip and Champs. They have a total of 590 points. Followed by, in second, is Carl Coolio, Agulator, and Faster, 508 points. Third is the Disconnection Kings. I believe that is my favorite team name out of this group. It is Red 15, who replaced Sig, and ESR Chef with 395 points. Fourth is LGR Motorsports, which of course has to be Hodgker LGR and ID4 LGR, 263 points. Fifth is Speed of Light, Interceptor and Dr. Fiend with 215 points. Sixth is Super Racing Elite, which is Snaker and K-Morse with 213 points. And seventh is M&M Racing, which is Mike HLB and Manic UK with 146. So even in some of the team points, we still have some positions to be gained right here with the last race. And I took a huge gamble just switching over like that. I wasn't too positive if it was going to actually work. So here we are. They are out on the track for qualifying. They have 7.5 minutes left. This is a long track. It does take them a little while to get around the track 2 times and actually set a time. They will only get about 2. They could get very lucky and have 3 good laps in on the clock. But I'm thinking they're only going to have 2, so it's going to be very difficult to get a good lap time in for these drivers tonight. And yes, I'm still here. I'm just being a little bit quiet, everyone. I'm working on just 1 or 2 quick little things here, or trying to rather. there we go. Yeah, I thought it, since it is the last race of the season. How you doing, Tomas? It's great to see you in the chat. You're not late, man. You are just in time. The drivers are just now getting their first times in around the track for qualifying, so your timing is actually perfect. But yeah, I thought since this is the last race of the season, why not have a little throwback to the start of the season in our nice window down at the bottom. So we have the preseason throwback race down on the bottom, if I didn't mess it up. Oh, I don't believe I messed it up. I believe they're just sitting there waiting for the lights to go off still. But yeah, I thought it would be kind of neat to have that throwback since it's the last race, throw the first race up there. And let's see how our drivers are doing. Once again, Javier is standing in for K-Morse. I put his shout out at the very beginning of the stream. And Javier with an incredible 2:04.5 for qualifying so far. We're down to 4 minutes in qualifying. ESR Chef is sitting in second. Also, wow, a 2:04.8. Very impressive out of all the drivers so far. They really are going to make this one hell of a finish for the end of the season. Flip Flip currently sitting third for qualifying, 2:05.1. Champs is right behind him with a 2:06.1. Agulator, 2:06.8. Field is stacking up incredibly nice, as always with these drivers. They never do disappoint. And it looks like I may have a little something wrong there with my video in the bottom right hand corner, as it's not wanting to play very smoothly. I may know what the issue is. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to fix it. Alright, so I guess we will not have a little preview window up there tonight, unfortunately. One of the last little things I guess I was not quite able to recover from last night. But anyway, let's get on with this, how these drivers are doing tonight, and not pay too much attention to my mistakes on the bottom lack of video. Alright, so we've got ID4, a 2:06.3. Mana QK's running a 2:06.5. Faster also 2:06.6. Yeah, these drivers are really stacking themselves up incredibly. And I see up at the top, Flip Flip has now taken the pole position with a 2:03.9. Beating ESR Chef only by 0.2. That is absolutely incredible. Faster's running a 2:06.6. Agulator a 2:06.8. Hodger a 2:06.8. Yeah, the drivers are not going to disappoint us tonight. They plan on putting on one hell of a show for sure. Marcos, 2:07.8, just barely behind the rest of them. This grid is going to be incredibly tight. Mike HLB, 2:08.5. He's going to end up taking a little bit off of his time too, though it looks like he's carrying a little front aero damage there. Yeah, he is. He's causing him to have a little bit of understeer there going into that turn. And of course, if you've seen any of the races throughout the season, you know this man right here definitely has the pace. A lot of the drivers are going on into the pit. They're happy with their times. They want to get as much relaxation in it as they can before the lights go off, and I do not blame them. just go around here and check on all the drivers a little bit. This is definitely shaping up to be an incredibly tight grid for these drivers tonight. Oh, I agree, Tomas. This track is going to be really tough on them. But I absolutely love Spa. They are definitely going to have to manage their tires good. And I have a feeling that some drivers we're going to see a big mix. Some drivers, I think, are going to go for very little aero on their cars and rely more on mechanical grip, and some of them are going to run a lot of downforce instead of massive mechanical grip. And if we see what we saw through most of the season, we'll have a mix of 1 and 2 pit stop strategies, and I definitely think they will be, most of them will for surely be changing tires throughout the race. No, Tomas, I have to admit, I'm not that great at knowing all the track corners myself. But, yeah, Rogue is, and I know I just butchered saying that, is probably one of the hardest on this track, and is definitely the most iconic. Anybody that loves Spa loves that charge up the hill. It is absolutely a fantastic run. And there we are, qualifying is over. Flip will start in the lead. Chef will be second. Third is Javier. Fourth is Alochamps. Fifth is Snaker. Sixth will be Agulator. Seventh, Faster. Eighth, ID4. Ninth, Hodger. 10th, Marcos. 11th is Mike HLB. I apologize. Wait a minute. Did we lose Manic somewhere? Oh, and I'm looking in the Discord chat right now. Oh, crap. I don't know, Manic. I don't know if it'll let you rejoin either. It's right here at the race. It might, but dang, man, that sucks. I mean, it literally kicked you like right as it was qualifying was being done or over. Yeah, no, that's not good at all. Well, we'll have to wait and see if it'll let Manic back in here. I hope it does, but unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna. Which, let's just say it's a good thing it's not me. I might would have a broke microphone at the moment. Alright, so everyone is waiting for, they've got a 2-minute hesitation here, or break, to wait for the lights. Everybody's taking it nice and easy, rechecking their pit stop strategies, reloading everything. And I'll tell you what, I also am going to take just a quick little second and grab me a swallow of water so I can make sure I keep up with the first of this race, because turn 1 is going to be absolutely incredible. Looks like we may be sinking in. Yeah, and Manic UK is very disappointed about getting kicked out of the lobby there, and I don't blame him. But the lights are off. They are off. We've got a little contact in the back, but other than that, everybody's off to a great start through turn 1 as Flip and ESR Chef go side by side through it. Very nice and clean. Everyone else right behind him. So in the lead, we have Flip Flip followed by ESR Chef. Javier's third. Alachamps is fourth. ID4 is fifth. Sixth is Hodgker. Seventh is Marcos. Eighth is Aguilator. Ninth is Mike HLB. 10th is Faster. And 11th is Snaker. See if we can get a little bit of a look at these drivers coming up the hill. You can see the grid is still really tight as they come into the fast right here. Everybody really hard on the brakes. Flip Flip managing to stay in the lead at the moment, but he has Javier, of all people, right there on top of him. He is really going to have to push very hard to keep Javier behind him. But thankfully, Javier is receiving a lot of pressure from ESR Chef at the moment. Let's check in on the back of the grid here. These drivers are still really tight. They have not spaced themselves out at all yet. Again, this is going to be an incredible finish to what has been an incredible season. Looks like some of the drivers are managing to get themselves a little bit of room, but we can see 5th through 10th is still literally right on top of each other, as well as 2nd through 4th. Flip Flip has managed to get out there and get himself a 2-second lead. Javier is definitely feeling the pressure of ESR Chef behind him, and I do believe that is why Flip Flip is able to get away from Javier for the moment. Which is very smart on Flip Flip's part. He's going to have to take advantage of Javier receiving the pressure from ESR Chef while he can. Of course, they do have Alachamps right behind him. We've got Marcos sitting in 5th. Marcos has Hodgker right behind him. We've got a nice little train of cars here. Let's watch these guys go through turn 1. They are now started the 2nd lap. We've had no major incidences. This has been a fantastic into the season so far. Great lap 1. They come flying down the hill. And here in a minute, once the race calms down just a little bit and I have a chance, I'll make sure I get the map and speedo up there, because I really want to see just how fast these drivers are topping the hill. I would imagine they're topping the hill somewhere between 130 and 160. And yeah, it's the last race of the season, so I'm not going to try not to make any major foot-in-mouth comments. ESR Chef still right there on top of Javier. We could see this battle go on for quite some time. Hodgker still has the pressure on Marcos. Hodgker is not in an easy place, though. He's trying to put the pressure on Marcos, receiving a lot of pressure from Aguilator. Of course, like I said, the back of the grid here is still incredibly tight, because we have Marcos right here in 5th. Oh, as Marcos did get a little wide through the turn. Hopefully the race director was not too terrible mean to him on that. Right behind Marcos in 6th is Hodgker, followed by Aguilator. Aguilator, of course, receiving a lot of pressure from Mike HLB. Oh, as ID4 almost had the move there around the outside through the chicane, but not quite able to do it. Let's have a look at these two as they go into turn 1 here. ID4 not quite able to catch up to him. He's going to try to take advantage of the slipstream on the downhill run here. Both drivers getting over nice close to the wall, get a little bit of an aero boost. Yeah, I've got to get the speedometer up here in a minute. I'm just dying to see how fast these drivers are topping the hill and right here at Enroque. And again, I know I'm butchering the hell out of that. we've got Red 15 in the chat, rooting for Chef in here. How you doing tonight, man? Chef is doing real. Oh no, something's. Wait a minute, what happened there? We had a little bit of change up in the lead here. Something happened, and Chef has fallen down into 4th. Champs is now in 3rd, and Javier is still sitting in 2nd, so I'm not too sure what happened there. I probably should have been a better commentator and kept up with it. I believe it, Manic. I told the guys as I was watching your what you said in the Discord and everything, man, I told everybody watching that they were lucky that I wasn't you, because they'd be having to listen to me over a broke microphone right now. Yeah, I saw it. It was like right there as qualifying was ending. It dropped you from the lobby, and that is terrible. You've had a great season, man. Oh no! Oh, something definitely must have happened. What happened to Chef? Chef is already lap 3. He's going through the pit. He may have spun it and picked up some aero damage. And if that was the case, or this early in the race, it was definitely a good idea to come on in and get it fixed. Yeah, he took just a liter or 2 of fuel there. Yeah, they're fixing his car. So, yeah, I think something happened there to Chef, and he caught some aero damage and decided he needed to come on in and get it fixed. Oh, look at these two right here. Marcos and Hodgker really going at it in the midfield. Nice little bit of paint swapping going on. Neither driver is budging an inch. They are giving each other nothing at all here. There is definitely not going to be, hey, let's take a 5-minute break in the middle of this fight for these two. They're going to slug it out the whole way until one of them falls right on off. I guarantee it. This is definitely going to end up being an incredible battle. Hodgker's doing a great job. Marcos is doing a fantastic job at keeping Hodgker at bay at the moment. Incredible defensive moves. Oh no, Marcos has got a little bit wide, was able to recover there. Wow, this is just absolutely incredible, everyone. Look just how close Hodgker is, how hard these two are fighting it out at the moment. I think this definitely could be the... Oh, side by side through the last chicane. That is very... I don't have an appropriate word. The guts from these two drivers, I mean, that was just absolutely an incredible move out of both of them. Oh, as it looks like Marcos turned in a little bit faster than Hodgker thought he was going into turn 1. Marcos trying to keep him squeezed to the inside. Very smart driving in doing that. And it definitely caught Hodgker off guard. Manic UK, the honor of covering and broadcasting for you has been mine. You, like I said, you put on a great race all season, man. I really want to go check in on Faster and Agulator right between these two, but this battle, oh, as Marcos hit the curb, we all know that curb here on this track is just absolutely deadly, and it grabbed his back tire and threw him straight around. Hodgker had nowhere to go. That was an incredible battle going on right there, and it did allow Agulator and Faster to come nice and cleanly through. Hopefully Marcos will be able to get his car fixed and he won't have too terrible much trouble getting back around to the pit. But that was an incredibly hard hit. He took nose first into that wall. I'm sure he has picked up a lot of aero damage. He probably has a little bit of suspension damage as well, but like I said, all of us that have raced this track have made that exact same mistake, and you just catch that outside curve just a little too much, and either it just shoots your back tire right on around, or it'll just grab a hold of it and will not let you back off of that curve. Unfortunately, that is one of the most deadly curves here at Spa. And hopefully Hodgker didn't pick up too much damage. It looks like he may not have. It looks like he may have got very lucky there. Faster still keeping right up with Agulator. This could be our next big battle of the race right here between Agulator and Faster. So while we wait on Faster to close this gap up on Agulator, we're on lap 6 of the 40. And if you've watched the last couple of races, that you know that every time I go to do this, we end up with battles all over the field. So we're going to try it again for the last race of the season to see what happens, see if our luck holds. Flip Flip. We're going to do our rundown of where everyone is. Flip Flip has made out like a bandit with the lead. Took massive advantage of Javier and Chef fighting it out behind him, and has managed to get a 4.8 second lead over Javier. So Javier is really going to have to work hard to catch Flip Flip. And Flip Flip is on, and he's having an absolute amazing run tonight. It's absolutely incredible to watch him. Here in a little while, if the action slows down enough to allow it, we'll see if Flip Flip minds if we all jump in his cockpit with him and take a ride around the course. Maybe he'll give us a quick little tour of the track, show us how he tackles it, because obviously he is just absolutely killing it tonight. All the drivers are looking to make a great show for the finish. And again, I can't express to y'all how gutted I am for Manic UK, and as drivers, any driver watching, y'all know just how gutted he is about getting the disconnect right before the start of the race. We've got Javier sitting in second. He is K Morse's replacement for tonight. And as we can see from the pace, everyone is a little off from their qualifying, so all the drivers being very smart. They're only pushing about 90% for the race. That extra 10% is where you usually make the majority of your mistakes. So it's always good to stick right around there in that 90% driving capability. You never really want to go 100% flat out if you can help it. Like I said, that is where you make your mistakes. We have Alachamp sitting in third. He is not too far behind Javier, actually, only about a 5-second gap. This is a long track. It's going to be very hard for the drivers to keep their concentration as this race goes on. So we can see several second gaps just disappear or be had in a heartbeat around this track. And here is our current best battle on the track tonight, which is Agulator and Faster. These two still slugging it out. Agulator sitting in fourth. Looks like he has about a 3-car length gap to Faster, so that really is not all that much. That can disappear in one single brake zone. And we've got Tomas is back with us in the chat. And we've got Faster in fifth. And still he's close enough to have the pressure on Agulator, but not close enough to really be able to go for the move. So while Agulator is trying to stay in front of him, he doesn't have to do too terrible much defensive driving until until Faster gets a little bit closer to him. I agree, Tomas. I think they're going to be pretty smart with it. I think they could end up working together. I believe we have seen these two work together before to get themselves on around the track nice and clean. But then within the last few laps, they always go at it. Ooh, Faster getting a little heavy on the brakes there. We saw a little bit of smoke out of his back right-hand tire. We've got Hodgker in 6th. So he didn't, yeah, I believe he did get lucky and didn't pick up any damage from earlier and hasn't had to go through the pit. Not too sure who that is. I believe that is, we've got a car unlapping themselves actually right behind them. I believe that could be possibly Marcos trying to get himself unlapped there. As soon as I get done with this rundown, I'll go ahead and pop up the speedometer and map for everybody. I'm not too sure what happened to Chef Manic. I was talking about everybody in the back of the field. I believe he may have caught the same curb that Marcos caught. He had to go through the pit and get his car fixed, and was in there for quite a while getting his car fixed. But yeah, he was sitting in 2nd and was doing a fantastic job of keeping Javier fended off. But I think he made the right move with it being so early in the race and going ahead and getting his car fixed. We've got ID4 currently sitting in 7th. Yeah, you know, it's that one curb here at Spa, man. It's that one curb that gets everybody. All you have to do is just literally just touch it with your back tire, and it's going to throw you straight around. But it's on the exit of one of the turns that it is very, very important to get a good exit on. Most people actually sacrifice the corner before it so they can make sure they get a really nice exit out of that one. Snaker's currently sitting in 8th. Yeah, and I believe Tomas is definitely right about Agulator and Faster. It seems they're going to work together a little bit to save themselves some tire wear and fuel. And they're sitting really good in position right now, 4th and 5th. I mean, and if they stay right there, they've got a good shot of finishing right there, as well as we can see a little bit of gap between the rest of the drivers. Oh, no, Tomas, Manic was extremely unlucky, and I say that because I can't say on air what I would like to say. But let's just say he got it majorly and got disconnected within the last few seconds of qualifying, and it wouldn't let him rejoin. Alright, so we're currently on Chef. He's in 9th. He is trying to catch back up to everybody. We'll stick with Chef right here, and I'll point out the corner where I think he spun around, and I'm pretty sure that is what happened. Is he touched the outside of one of these turns. So this one coming up right here, that one right there. Yeah, you can see right there. He made sure he cut it plenty far to the inside. Most of us know, we all do. We all know to make sure we don't hit that curb. But sometimes when you're in a good battle and you're really flying through there, you're trying to get the most of it, and you get a little bit brave. You want to go over and you want to touch the white line, and you're fine if you touch the white line. But if you take it a little too far and you touch the actual red and yellow curb, that's it. It'll spin you right around. Yeah, I believe Manic's faces pretty much sum it up. I could add several more to that for you as well, Manic. And we've got Mike HLB currently sitting in 10th. We're just about 10 laps into the 40, so almost a quarter away into this lap. Oh, we've got Agulator already going through the pit. We're gonna have to see what... It looks like he... Oh yeah, he definitely has some damage. He has no rear wing on his car, and we can see a good bit of aero damage on his front left. Not too sure what happened there. Him and his teammate Faster were working really good together there. I'm going to get really brave and attempt a foot in my mouth remark and say that it is very possible that it is that same exact curb. We've been seeing that curb wreak hell on the race tonight. It got Marcos earlier as well. I mean, it spun him right around and shot him nose first into that wall. He took a massive amount of damage, and he is now working very, very hard to get himself unlapped. As earlier we saw him go right back by the same guy he was in a battle with when it happened, Hodgker. So he is managing to unlap himself slowly but surely. I think he's got a really good chance of getting himself back on lap once we get closer to the end of the race. Oh no, yeah. Agulator now is at least a lap down, unfortunately. He's had incredible pace too, so hopefully he may be able to still unlap himself as well. And we only have Faster and Snaker that have picked up penalties so far. But we're going to go up here. We'll sit here. We'll just leave the camera on flip for a moment. And I will go ahead and finally, because I've been talking about it forever, I will finally get our map and speedo up. So there we go, we do have our map and speedo up. Yeah, I believe just that one curb has really it has totally wreaked hell on some of the drivers tonight. Alright, so let's try this again to see if maybe we can drum us up a battle this time. It didn't work last time. I commentator cursed myself, which I by far would always rather commentator curse myself versus one of the drivers. But actually, let's do this instead. And hopefully we will not commentator curse this driver here. See if we get him just to squeeze over just a little bit there. Make room for us. And let's have us a quick look and see how Flip is tackling this track. We'll take a ride around the track with him for a moment. And I will grab a swallow of water. And we will enjoy the fantastic sound of these cars. And y'all won't be tortured by my voice. Hey, Joanna always shows up right when I'm fixing to be quiet. Joanna, you know I can't be quiet as soon as you show up in the chat. I have to talk to you. It's great to see you in here. How have you been doing? You do know we miss you here, right? Joe hardly ever even says anything anymore. so let's give ourselves this. I'm going to go through, give us another rundown of the track, where everybody's sitting and how fast they're running, and let's see if maybe I can drum us up another battle here somewhere. But we are getting to about that point where please excuse my extremely bad southern accent there. I try to hide it from y'all. See if we can drum us up another battle here somewhere when we talk about everybody's times and how they're doing. Oh, but I guess before we do that, Flip may enjoy it if we jumped out of his car. Sorry about that, Flip. Alright, so of course, Flip is in the lead with a 9.5 second gap in front of Javier at the moment. Oh, now he has increased it up to a full 10 seconds. Very impressive. Ooh. Very nice, Joanna. I've got massive respect for the mod community. And I do love some Fallout and some Skyrim. Especially the Fallout. The Fallout games are something that are very, very dear to me. I love those games. They've got just a fantastic story. Right, so we've got Flip currently running a 206.5. We've got Javier in second with a 207.16. Champs is third with a 207.10. And of course we can, as always, I can't talk about how much fuel the drivers are carrying at the moment because some of the drivers are in fact watching. That's how supportive of the community they are. They're driving and watching the stream all at the same time. We actually have a few that even manage to text, though we advise against it. Don't text and drive. Bad idea. Actually illegal if you live where I do. And for good reasons, because most of us here are too stupid to not text and drive. But we can have us a look at everyone's fuel level and see just what we can make a few of our own predictions. We have Javier's now going through the pit. Did I see Javier going through the pit? Where'd Javier go? There's Javier. My camera guy got a little bit lost there. I don't know what is wrong with my camera guys this season. Every race we have caught at least one camera guy hiding out behind the bushes drinking beer when he was supposed to be working his camera. But whatever it was that happened there, Champs is now in second. Yeah, Champs is second. I think I confused myself somewhere. Well, Joanna, I might definitely have to check some of those out. I've been meaning to get the Fallout 4 for the PC anyway. I do love it. Though I don't think they're doing mod support for 76, though, I don't believe. But if they are, please correct me, because that could actually be really good if they would support mods as well. And I have totally lost myself here as to what I was talking about on screen. Joanna has got me totally distracted. Oh, as Javier was giving us a nice little bit of smoke coming through there as I was taking the camera off of him. Alright, yep, so we've got Javier third. Yeah, his last lap, yeah, he definitely made a mistake on his last lap and ended up with a 2:20 for a lap time, so something definitely happened there. We've got Faster in fourth. His last lap was a 2:08.37. Hodger is sitting in 5th. His last lap was a 209.1. Oh, and we can see up towards the top, all the way up in the front of the grid now, Flip has now increased his lead over Champs, who is in 2nd place, up to 18.5 seconds. So Flip is really on top of it tonight. His pace is absolutely incredible. ID4 in 6th. His last lap was a 210.27. Snaker is 7th with a 208.7. Yeah, I believe he did, Pete. Him and Faster were doing a great job working together to get around the track. And I believe there's this one turn that we're fixing to see Snaker come up on. That one right there. Oh, so brave, Snaker. Snaker so far is the only driver I have seen touch that outside curb and survive to this point. That one curb has literally, it's been wreaking complete hell on many of the drivers. It wrecked the crap out of poor Marcos's car. It put him straight into the wall, nose first, probably. Oh, as Snaker succumbs to a commentator's curse. I guess it was only a matter of time until that hit someone tonight. Oh, and he's definitely going to have to go through the pit as he lost that rear wing. Yeah, he has no downforce there. We'll get the camera off of him, let him get his car back. ESR Chef again through the pit. Why is Chef through the pit again? This could actually be Chef's scheduled pit stop. He had to come through the pit earlier because of front end damage. So this actually could be a scheduled pit stop. I believe it was. Alright, so his last lap is very, very skewed because of the pit stop, but it was at 248.6. Marcos is 9th. He took a, like I said, he hit that one wall, he took a lot of damage, had to go into the pit and stay there for quite a while. Has been doing a really good job of unlapping himself. His last lap, a 209.1. He's done really good to get himself back up into 9th place. Oh, very, very brave. You see him right there. He did it actually perfect. He put his tires on the white line. Like I said earlier, it's safe that way. You can put your tire on that white line. But putting it all the way over on the curb is extremely risky on that corner exit. It's just that kind of curb on this track. It doesn't like anything. Mike HLB in 10th. I believe his last lap, 228. I believe we may have seen him go through the pit as well. Yes, we can definitely say, I'm just looking at fuel levels, and I think it's definitely safe to say he has gone through the pit here lately. And I'd say actually probably the last lap. And Aguilator, of course, too, also fell victim to one of the curbs and had to sit in the pit for quite some time. His car looked about like Snaker's. He had no rear wing or anything, and had a lot of front aero damage as well. So he had to sit in the pit for quite a while waiting on his pit crew to get his car fixed. But his pace is coming right on back up. He's got a decent shot of catching Mike HLB in 10th. And I believe if he does a really good job, he could actually end up finding himself in possibly 8th or 9th. Definitely 9th before the race is over. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Snaker took that blow to the rear of his car when he hit that wall in the spin, and he's going to be also stuck in the pit for a while. And of course, we all know Spa has a very long pit lane as well. So let's just see right here. These are our, well, wait a minute. Okay, so ID4 and Hodger are getting very close together. We should see a battle out of those two here shortly. But right up here as well, second and third, Javier and Champ. And there it is. We see the indicator going off. These two have now closed up on each other. we're going to see a nice battle out of these two here. And I'm going to real quick grab a swallow of water and catch up with everyone in the chat, because it looks like I'm very lucky and I've got a couple of very awesome people to show up and keep me company tonight. Pete, Tomas, Joanna, Manic as well. Manic, I have to admit, I haven't raced Spa a whole lot on the ACC yet. I just have started getting enough time to be able to actually get on and start learning it. Oh, no! Oh! Oh, Javier. Oh, no. Hey, we saw it right there. He just really lost the back of the car, and it just, oh man, that totaled his car right there. I believe he probably actually suffered a complete engine failure. He hit that wall so hard. That was terrible. Oh, we know he has got to be really upset right now. He was doing a great job keeping up with Alochamps, but when you top that hill, it is extremely dangerous. That is one of the things that make it so satisfying when you get it right. It's probably one of the best parts of the track, I think, for everyone, is the feeling of topping that hill just right. And even in sim racing, just like in real life, it's kind of a test of balls to see how fast you can top the hill right there. Because in the cars, you can literally feel your front tires come off the ground. You have no steering when you come across the top of the hill. Only thing touching the ground are your back tires. So it's very hard, very risky, but the feeling is absolutely incredible. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Javier is not feeling that way at the moment. Yes, but yeah, Beam Racing, King Quinn, yeah, that was pretty bad. I could use a lot of curse words for that incident, but no, we are trying to keep it somewhat family friendly. And it does look like, though, seeing as how it's getting a little dark, it looks like the heavy clouds are moving in, which is going to start cooling the track off a little bit, start being a little bit more of a challenge to the drivers, especially as we're getting close. We're right here on top of the halfway mark. So some of the drivers have fresh tires. Some of them are still trying to make their tires last a little while longer and are dealing with the drop in track temperature change on some pretty exhausted tires at the moment. Tomas, you stay safe as well. Oh, yeah, Javier, man, try not to curse too much in the chat. That's all I could say about it. I'm feeling it for you, man. It was all I could do to stop from just using a lot of really, really foul words when you hit that wall. That was a bad wreck, man. Yeah, you were all over Alochamps when you come up the top of that hill, though, and yeah, it looked like the rear just got a little bit squirrely. It looked like it stepped out just a little bit, and it looked like when you went to catch it, it just started fishtailing. And yeah, I think you hit that wall head on, running about 160 miles an hour. Yeah, Flip is untouchable today. It is absolutely blowing me away. I mean, we can see right now he has a 26-second lead over Alochamps. it's pretty incredible. His pace has not been, he always has good pace. Flip is an incredible driver, but his pace tonight is just completely off of the chart. He's managed to stay right there with a 206 to a 207 the entire race. So he's only varying about 1 second to 1.5 seconds on all of his laps. He is being extremely consistent. And there, right there again, y'all, we saw Flip. He just barely touched the white paint with that rear tire. Again, safe to touch the paint. Very, very risky to touch that curb at all. It is one of the most deadly curbs in all of project cars. Let's just take a look. Let's see who is a little close to each other. Still, Hodgker, ID4 are very close to each other. Only about 2.5 seconds separating these two. And some of the drivers farther on down the field are actually catching up with each other too. We've got Mike, HLB, and Agulator only 4.5 seconds off from each other. So I believe we're going to see Agulator catching up with Mike here shortly, and we could see a battle in the back of the field from them. We are now officially halfway through the final race of the season. The drivers have not disappointed. We've seen some incredibly fast cars. Oh, let's see here, let me look at my map and make sure. Okay, this is a back marker going by there. Okay, that is Hodgker going by. Wait a minute. It seems either my timings are a little off. Yeah, it looks like my timing guy is also not working right tonight. He is probably hiding out back behind one of the bushes with some of the camera guys drinking beer, instead of putting the indicators and everything up there like he's supposed to. Because these two are actually... Wait a minute. Are they in battle? No, we do have someone in between them there. Oh, so maybe it's the commentator that's hiding out behind the bushes drinking beer. It's a joke, y'all. I'm really not doing that. It was, yep, Marcos. As I said earlier, Marcos has been pushing really hard to unlap himself. So I believe that was Marcos in between Hodgker and ID4. We've got the leaders all coming in for a pit, and maybe that'll let some of the drivers that had some collisions early in the race catch up a little bit and close some of their gaps on down. Flip already on his way back out of the pit. That was an incredibly fast pit stop. Hodgker, okay, I was fixing to say, is Hodgker fixing to go through the pit? We could see his fuel level there. It's incredibly low. So this right here is a great example of fantastic fuel management. I don't want to talk about everyone's fuel levels because of their pit strategies, but I am going to say Hodgker is rolling into the pit 2.1 liters as he pulls up to his pit crew. Incredible fuel management. We have a lot of these drivers actually with incredible fuel management like that. We did not see how much fuel ID4 had. I imagine it's going to be pretty close though. Yeah, no, Javier, it was really close, and to be honest, man, how you managed to keep a little bit of that control of that car and not collide with Alachamps was pretty incredible as well, because I kind of kept waiting for that one to happen too, the way it was kicking your car around. I could just see it happen, and in my head, I saw the rear tires finally digging in and getting traction and just shooting you like a rocket right into Alachamps. But yeah, that was an incredibly hard hit. Alright, here we go. We have us a little bit of battle in the midfield here. Hodgker and ID4. But wait a minute, I believe these two. Let's get a quick look at their liveries. Yes, these two are teammates. They are going to work together to a degree, but this is the last race of the season. And they are opponents after all. And these are racers, so even if they work together right now, once we get a little farther into the race, they're not going to work together. We're gonna see them battle it out. As Hodgker incredibly brave, putting both outside tires on that curb. Fantastic job of keeping control of his car. We have Marcos going on through the pit. I believe he's making his scheduled pit stop. We'll see a few drivers come in for a final pit stop. I'm thinking somewhere around lap 25 to 28, but now is about the time where we've seen all the drivers on the one pit stop strategy come on in. Mike HLB also going through the pit. But I do have to say, none of the drivers are disappointing tonight. They are all putting on one hell of a show. Whether it be fantastic pace, like Flip, an incredible crash, as Javier did, who also had just absolutely amazing pace. And we've had some really great recovery so far, like Marcos. I do believe these two teammates are gonna work together just a little bit. It's either ID4 just can't quite get the gap closed up, or they're working together to help get themselves on around the track, save some fuel, save some tires, and that is definitely a smart move to do here at Spa. We have 18 laps left of the 40. Oh no! Oh no! ID4, that one turn has been getting everyone all night. It truly is one of the deadliest curbs and turns in project cars. And we could see right there, I think ID4 gave us a fantastic example of how that curb really does not like to let go of your tires. You can see he got his outside tires over the edge, and it just hooked him. He literally could not get his car back on track. Fantastic job of maintaining control as he came across the sand pit, though. That was an incredible display of car control from ID4. He's going to have to push a little extra hard, though, if he's going to catch back up to Hodgker. He's still only about 2.5 seconds out, though, so the gap is not that bad. It really didn't allow Hodgker to get too far in front of him. And look at this driver right here who is sneaking his way right on up the field. He has snuck his way right back up into 6th place. He had second for a very, very long time, was fending off Javier. Made a mistake. I do believe it was the same curb that has got everyone else that spun him around, caused him to get some damage. He had to go through the pit, get his car fixed in the first couple of laps, which again, very smart move to go ahead and do. And he has clawed his way back up into 6th position here. So ESR Chef definitely is giving it everything he has tonight. See him tuck it nice to the inside there. It's being a little wary of that outside curb. But he does have himself in a pretty nice position, though, now that I'm sitting here looking at the times. 7th Aguilator, 8th is Marcos, and 9th Snaker, and 10th is Mike HLB. All three of those drivers, unfortunately, did get spun out. I believe all of them on the same turn, and took quite a bit of damage. So Aguilator is almost a full minute behind ESR Chef, so ESR Chef is sitting pretty nice. He's only 4 seconds behind ID4, so he's got a good chance of catching him up and actually putting himself in 5th for the top 5. But as long as he doesn't make any mistake, he's not in a whole lot of jeopardy from losing his 6th place position. Though, as always, we've got a lot of laps left. If he slacks off, well, that changes everything I just said. But we know Chef is not going to do that. Chef always pushes very, very hard. He's going to try to catch ID4 is what he's going to do and set himself in the top 5. I've watched him enough to know. I've been lucky enough to cover ESR Chef in the commentary for, I believe, 3 or 4 seasons now. And I have to go up here to Flip Flip and point out that Flip Flip now has a 32.7 second lead over Alachamps here at Spa in the Ferrari 33 SP. There really was not a better way for the administrators to choose to close out this season, I don't think. It's a fantastic car. It is definitely suited for this track. I just don't know what to say to anybody that doesn't like Spa. I may not have anything to say to them. Yeah, Flip Flip's pace is just absolutely off the charts tonight. Still, again, last lap 206.33. They said he stayed right there within 1 second of every lap. Extremely consistent tonight. So let's go ahead and give us another rundown here. We're 25 laps into the 40. Still Flip Flip with just this incredible lead. Javier, you are our resident alien in the McGann. We're always having to check your car, so maybe after the race you should go down to the pit and check Flip Flip's car. I got a feeling he may have took the motor out of your McGann and put it in his Ferrari tonight. Alachamps is sitting in 2nd. Faster is sitting in 3rd. Hodgker is sitting in 4th. Still has his teammate right behind him in 5th. We'll move the camera to him in just a minute. Go back through, give all the drivers a little camera time again. These two still incredibly close, only about 2.5 seconds. Oh no. Again, that one freaking curb. It just got Javier in the background. I don't know if y'all could see it or not, but it just spun ID4 around in the back. Which ESR Chef was close enough to take that position from ID4 with that mistake helping him. So now ESR Chef has his eyes set on Hodgker. And he's going to be looking to catch up with him and challenge him for that 4th place position. I really don't think there's enough time for him to catch 3rd, which is faster. There is a 35-second gap between faster and in 3rd and ESR Chef in 5th. So I don't think Chef has enough time to catch him. But he can definitely still catch up with Hodgker in 4th and take that position from him. And we have Marcos through the pit again. Let's check in on ID4 real quick. I want to see if he picked up any damage from where he got spun around from that just freaking deadly curb that is just being absolutely brutal to all of the drivers tonight. And I can say without a doubt, none of the drivers are holding anything back tonight. And I say that without a doubt because we can see the red indicator on some of their names showing that they have picked up a time penalty. And we have seen very, very few time penalties in this championship so far. And it is not a reflection of the drivers. Oh, no. Oh, that one curb again. Let's get this camera off of ID4 because I've just commentated. The commentator cursed the crap out of him in that turn. We'll put it on Chef. Chefs can take the heat, right? Sure they can. And, yeah, on that I forgot what I was saying. Right before we saw ID4 get a little loose around that exact same turn again. 26 laps into the 40. 14 laps left to go. Here soon, we'll start checking out everyone's fuel level. Try to start making our final predictions for that. And everyone, yeah, this is the last race of the season for the Ferrari 33 SP. The Ginettas on Wednesday, I believe, also have one more race next Wednesday, which was Cadwell and Diddick, so I'll make sure you check them out. They're doing a great job. The racing has been fantastic. I've really loved watching the Ginetta Evolution series. Monday will be the last race of the McGann V6 trophy car, so make sure y'all check that out. Unfortunately, it will be me commentating on it, so y'all will have to suffer through me. The racing will be great. Commentary will be very subpar. Oh, as a Chef succumbs to that curb, as well as, oh, I believe we just lost another driver. We've had a couple of drivers suffering from some disconnects going on. Very unfortunate. Definitely something we don't want to see right here in the last race, but we all know Project Cars 2 servers for the PlayStation are, well, they're just not always the most stable. But we still have 9 drivers on the field, 13 laps left to go, so we still have plenty of drivers to make some great action here on track. And while Chef steady tries to close the gap to Hodgker, let's go up here and give our leader a little bit of camera time that he very well deserves with this incredible 35-second lead. And this time, I don't mind my really southern accent coming out when I said that. I mean, this is absolutely incredible lead he has managed to put on top of everybody tonight. Flip's pace has just been absolutely insane. Still running 206.54 was his last lap. Literally every lap he has done has been within 1 second. He is giving the perfect picture of consistency tonight. See what Chef is going through. Oh, we have lost yet another driver. The closer we're getting to the end of this race, the tougher the server is getting on us here, everyone. Very, very unfortunate. Yeah, it looks like he's getting his car fixed there. He may have picked up a little bit of damage. That could be what had made him go a little bit wide on that one turn. But I think it was just that one curb. It has been brutal to all of the drivers tonight. All the drivers pushing extremely hard. And of course, if you are watching and you have not hit the like and subscribe button, please do so. You are, of course, welcome to hit the dislike button. I don't mind a thumbs down. You may have to explain it to other people, but I don't mind it. I can get it. I've got a terrible voice. So I don't blame you for giving me a thumbs down, but you should definitely smash the crap out of that subscribe button and the bell so you get all the notifications when we go live. We are rounding this season out, but the next season isn't too terrible far off, and the administrators have got some incredible plans for next season, including an iRacing series. So if you're on PC, you like iRacing, check it out. SIG is putting together what I believe is going to be a fantastic championship for the iRacing and a great leap forward for GAVRA Racing. So yeah, definitely you got to make sure you hit the subscribe and the bell. And of course, our goal by the end of this season, we have just a little while longer on the Gran Turismo series, with just a couple of more weeks on it. So I definitely still think we can hit our mark of reaching 1,000 subscribers by the end of all of these seasons. So yeah, please hit the subscribe button and help us get to that, the iconic first major landmark on YouTube, which is the 1,000 subscribers. Oh, and we are lucky enough to have Duke Martin join us in the chat for a few minutes right before he goes off to work. How many pots of coffee are you drinking this morning, Duke? I done figured you out. I know you don't go with cups of coffee. You down whole pots. And I don't blame you. And just so everyone knows, Duke is our Australian driver. He's on the other side of the world, and it is 6:30 in the morning for him. So he shows true dedication for getting up really early and doing the races, and even tuning in to support us and watch. And he is in the McGann V6 trophy on Monday, so yeah, y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's been doing a great job, great racer, and gets commentated on by a subpar commentator, me. Alright, so let's do a rundown here, see if we can drum up a little bit of action. We've got a few of the drivers that aren't too terrible far from each other. Oh, I believe we may have just lost another driver again. Oh, wait a minute. Duke Martin has corrected me. He said he's not going for pots of coffee. He's going for buckets. 2 buckets of coffee this morning. Wow. I don't blame you, though. I love my coffee. I have a cup of coffee in front of me right now instead of water. I keep saying I'm drinking water, but I'm not. I'm drinking coffee. Alright, so our rundown for the last 9 laps for the final race of the Ferrari 33 SP season here at Spa-Francorchamps, which is just I can't tell y'all how much I personally love this track. We have Flip. Again, I'm going to say it again. His pace is just too insane tonight not to recognize it. A 36-second lead over Champs. That is absolutely incredible. Flip has definitely saved it all for the last race of the season and has just pulled it out of nowhere. And he's going to take the podium with no problems whatsoever tonight. In second is Champs. He has been having one hell of a race. He's held second for the entire race. Did a great job earlier on of keeping Javier fended off. How he did, I do not know. Javier is also in the McGann, we have to check his car after every race. We still think he is sneaking in a F1 motor into his Megane V6 trophy before the race, and he gets it back out of there before we can get down to the pit and actually have a look at his car. Faster is in third. He's also sitting in a very nice window. I believe as long as first, second, and third don't make any major mistakes, they are very safe. They just need to concentrate on getting the last 9 laps in nice and consistently with no mistakes, and they are home free. They will have the podium. Hodgker sitting in fourth. And yes, everyone, again, our lobby has been deciding to get very, very cruel to all the drivers right here close to the end of the race. We did start with a fairly full grid, and just, yeah, the lobby's just been like that curb right there. The lobby has started to be extremely brutal on the drivers. Hodgker's teammate ID4 sitting in fifth. 9 laps left, a 25-second gap between ESR, Chef, and ID4. I cannot say it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Chef still could make up that gap, just like Faster could. We could actually still see Faster and Allochamps battle it out for second and third. There's only an 18-second gap between those two. This is a long track, it's very difficult. Tire wear is incredible at this moment. Fuel is getting low. Tire wear is high. Driver fatigue is going to be getting very, very high, so anything can happen here at the end of the race. Oh, Duke Martin, they've been absolutely killing it this season in these cars. They really have. They have not disappointed with any of the races. They have been having some great battles throughout the whole season. And we have ESR Chef sitting in sixth. Aguilator is in seventh. Aguilator also one of the drivers who suffered from the one curb. He's coming up on it again. Let's keep our fingers crossed we don't commentator curse him. Nope, he stayed nice and far from it. But that one curb has just been deadly to everyone tonight. And we have Snaker sitting in 8th. It looks like he may be carrying a little bit of front end damage there. Not much. We can see just a little bit of a bow in the front of his car there. Not much. He may have clipped one of the sausage curbs or something like that and just slightly damaged his front aero, I believe. Alright, so let me just look through here, try to find someone somewhat close to each other here. It looks like most of the drivers are fairly spread out. Faster and Champs are really our closest ones at the moment with a 15-second gap. And I do believe since the last time I commented on these two here, I believe Faster has closed the gap up just a little bit. 7 laps to go. I don't believe he can push hard enough to actually catch Champs, but if Champs makes just a tiny mistake, he will not have to make much of a mistake at all, and he'll have Faster right there on top of him. Though Faster's last lap was a full second faster than Champ's last lap, so he is closing the gap for sure. So it's literally just, does he have enough time at this point? And I guess since we have a lull on the track, this is my opportunity to do my last and final shameless GAVRA advertisement for during this championship. So I'll go ahead and get that out of the way. So here it is, my shameless GAVRA Racing advertisement. Ooh, Faster, very brave, taking a lot of that curb. Make sure you go to the website and check it out. GAVRA's been doing a lot of work on it. He's constantly updating it and adding new things. There's a little bit of information and stuff on future F1 league races and stuff on there. There are track histories, track stats, driver stats on there. The championship points. There's so much information on the website that it is ridiculous. It's incredible. He does a great job with it. Make sure you check it out. And also on the website is on the website and in the description below are links to the GAVRA Racing Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, the Discord, and the Patreon site. So you should really go to all of those. It's a lot of them, but you should go to all of them and subscribe to all of them. But only this Patreon if you wish to help support us and donate. And yeah, I think that's the end of my last. That was kind of a non-shameless advertisement there. Yes, Duke, he is. Flip is. I don't know what to say about him tonight here at Spa. He's killing it. I mean, now with a 45-second gap over Champs. It started out very slow. It took him about 10 laps to get up to about a 2-second lead in front of Champs, but then once he got about that 2-second lead, it just kind of snowballed right after that. I mean, his pace, right now, his last lap, 2:06.28, his pace has really not varied at all, only by about 1 second. So just about every lap, he's been pulling out in front of Champs by about 1.25 seconds for every lap. Just absolutely incredible, and it has really added up through the course of the race. And speaking of Flip, we'll give him some more camera time. He definitely deserves it. We're down to the last 4 laps of this race. Again, this is the final race of the Ferrari 33 SP. And it has been an absolute amazing race to watch. If you haven't watched the rest of them, go to the GAVRA Racing YouTube channel and there is a playlist for it. the Ferrari 33 SP Championship, and all 16 races are on there, and they are all a fantastic watch. And again, if you haven't smashed the subscribe and bell, please do so. We are trying to reach the first major landmark on the YouTube channel of 1,000 subscribers. I believe before we started the stream, we were between 912 and 914. So we were right there on top of it. We are on the edge. So please, please, please help us reach that community goal. Anyone that watches a lot of stuff on YouTube or anything knows that that first 1,000 really is a great landmark for any channel. So let's go ahead, we'll go ahead and do another quick, oh no, we have lost yet. Oh, our lobby is getting more and more unstable as this race gets closer and closer to the end. We have lost another driver. The lobby is really starting to act up very bad. I'm really gutted for all the drivers that have suffered the disconnects tonight, especially Manic UK, who got disconnected right as qualifying was ending. He put in a lot of practice for the race, was really looking forward to it, and that was just a terrible time to get disconnected. Champ still in second. Still, he's in no immediate danger of faster. He has increased that gap back up to 15 seconds down. Now, it had got on down to about 10, but it is now increased up to 15 again. Champs is definitely still pushing hard. We saw a little bit of smoke off that back left-hand tire there as he went through turn 1. Coming down the hill. Let's have a look and see how fast he tops the hill here. He hits the bottom at, I saw, 164. About 160 as he crests the top. Let's see just what he gets when he gets all the way to the turn here. There's 170, 171, 172 miles per hour. So yeah, he is absolutely flying. Thank you very much, Duke Martin. Duke Martin just said in the chat that we are up to 920, so thank you very much for everyone. Yeah, we are so close. We're right there on top of it. Once if we do manage to get that 1,000, the YouTube algorithm will really start kicking in for the community and help getting our videos out there and getting us some more views and everything else. That's one of the reasons why that first 1,000 is such a major landmark. Is it really does get that YouTube algorithm to really kick in good for you. Faster in third with 3 laps left. Hotchker still sitting in 4th. I don't think he's in any immediate danger either. I think as long as the drivers we have left, as long as they just hold tight, don't make any mistakes, they're all going to hold in pretty much about where they are. We're not really going to see any position changes. Though there is only 9 seconds between ID4 and ESR Chef at the moment. But with only 3 laps left, it's a long shot to see a battle out of those two. It'd be very risky for Chef to try to push hard enough to catch ID4 right here at the end. he could very easily go from 6th down into 7th. Of course, ID4 sitting in 5th. ESR Chef is 6th. And yeah, real quick, since we're down to the last 3 laps, if everyone watching wants to real quick give me your vote for driver of the day, I'll make sure I get their stuff loaded up. And speaking of getting stuff loaded up and ready, I might want to get off my lazy butt and actually start preparing the podium. And while he's not in the race anymore, him and I believe it was Hodgker were having an incredible battle early on in the race, Marcos. So I believe my vote for driver of the day is going to go for Marcos. He was having an incredible race. Great battle, and yeah, just took massive damage, got his car fixed, stayed back out on track, only to suffer a disconnect later on during the race. So yeah, my vote for driver of the day is going to go for Marcos. So y'all in the chat, please go ahead and let me know who y'all want to see for driver of the day, and I'll get all that set up. And let's move on down here to Agulator. Give Agulator a little bit more camera time before this race is over. He is on lap 37. Let me check in. We'll move right back down here to Agulator. Let me see where Flip is. Okay, he has not started the final lap yet. Oh, there he is. Our leader, Flip has started the final lap of the race. Last race of the Ferrari 3.3 SP season. It has been an amazing season to broadcast, commentate, and watch. The drivers here are just absolutely incredible. They have shown us why they are the E1 top tier drivers for GAVRA Racing. And as promised, let's go back down here to Agulator, give Agulator a little bit more time. But we're going to make sure we catch Flip when it comes across the line, though. Oh, Duke, you can't just blindly agree with me, man. Come on. But no, he did. He was having a really... Him and Hodgker were battling it out real hard. He hit that one outside curb, and it just shot him full force right into the wall. Literally just totaled his car. He got it back around to the pit, got it fixed, came back out, and stuck it out for a long time until, like I said, it was not all that long ago that he finally ended up getting a disconnect, unfortunately. But you know, I do believe Marcos was replacing someone tonight, and I'm not sure who. So that puts a little bit of a pickle in me putting a graphic up there for driver of the day for it. Anyway, let's get back up here. We're gonna miss him if I'm not careful here. Let's go ahead. Let's stick on Flip, our leader. He should be getting pretty close. Yep, here he is, getting ready to come across the line. He knows where the camera is. We know he's gonna, there it is. He's giving us a great flash as he comes on across the line. We've got just a few seconds before Alachamps comes across. Flip Flip very happy, and he should be. We know he is just absolutely thrilled. Oh, the driver's having a little bit of fun, and you can't blame him. It's the last race of the season. I think that's right. I think it is Dr. Fiend he was replacing. Let's see if we can catch Alachamps coming on across the line. A lot of the other drivers have already got there. They're having their fun. You know where the camera's at, Alachamps. Oh, nope, he might not know the camera's on him, though. Coming on across the line. Oh, there he is, giving us a great flash. Looks like we have most of our drivers here. Where it is Faster. As Faster came across the line, he's getting ready to come on across the line. Here comes Faster. He's giving us a nice flash as well. All the drivers that managed to survive our brutal lobby tonight they're thrilled. Every one of them, they're having themselves a ball. Oh my God. What a collision. That was incredible. Oh, we've got tires rolling down the track. Oh, such carnage. The drivers are having so much fun right now. They're really happy to get to the end of the season. They've had a great time. Yeah, they're having a lot of fun. Let's get back down here. Hodger's getting ready to come on across the line. Hodger, we got the camera on you. If you want to give us a flash, I don't know if you know it or not. But we've got Hodger coming across the line with great fourth place. Everyone, that was a fantastic race. The drivers were having so much fun there at the end. And of course, Flip Flip in the lead with first. Is incredible win. That was amazing win from him. Alachamps in second, Faster in third, Hodger in fourth, ESR Chef in fifth, ID4 sixth, Agulator seventh, Snaker was eighth, and unfortunately, pretty much I was trying to talk during my transition. Every other driver suffered from the lobby, unfortunately. I hope they're not too terrible upset, but I know they are. It was the last race of the season. I'm gutted for them. And just as like in practice, the scroll at the top is comments and thanks from the drivers. Some of them posted in the Discord. That again, Sig does an amazing job of keeping up with the Discord, keeping it organized, and I promise y'all it is not easy to keep up with so many drivers at this point. So huge shout out to Sig for maintaining the Discord channel. But yeah, several of the drivers had great things to say about the administrators and the championship at the end. So I made a nice little scroll and banner to that y'all could, read their stuff. And no, end of the season, I still haven't figured out how to close shows. Alright, so we decided Marcos was definitely replacing Dr. Fiend. So y'all bear with me 1 second here. And unfortunately, I don't have Marcos's name on there. But we will put his sticker up there nonetheless. Oh, and Tomas is voting for Flip Flip for Driver of the Day. But Marcos did end up with more votes. But yeah, Flip Flip's, his pace was just absolutely, it was incredible tonight. Yeah, so there it is, everyone. Flip Flip with the win. That was amazing. He finished the race with almost a 50-second lead. I believe it was actually like 48.2 seconds. It was incredible. Alachamps did a great job, held on to second place the entire race. Fantastic job from him. Faster pulled off third. I believe he also sat in third the entire race. Those three drivers raced their asses off tonight and did an amazing job, as well as all of the drivers did. Every driver tonight did an amazing job tonight and throughout the entire season. And it says Dr. Fiend, Marcos, that is actually you. Marcos, you totally deserve Driver of the Day. You and Hodger were absolutely killing it around the track until that one deadly freaking curb got you, and it really did. It wreaked havoc on many of the drivers tonight. And I'm just trying to think any last second words I want to add in here before we finish out the last closeout of the season. But I guess I really can't I can't think of much. I guess to all you viewers, thank you so much for tuning in and watching the races this season. Really hope you've enjoyed them, and please definitely hit the like and subscribe button, or if you want, you can hit the dislike. You don't have to like me. You can dislike me all you want. As long as you like the racing and the drivers, I'm happy with it. And definitely hit the subscribe button. We're so close to that 1,000 subscriber landmark that we all made as our goal for this season. And season's not quite over for some of the leagues. We still have a little bit more of the McGann and the Gran Turismo Sport League, and there's just a little bit of F1 still going on as well. So definitely, you know, hit it, help us reach that landmark. Yeah, I guess thank y'all so much for watching and supporting the drivers and GAVRA Racing. Huge thanks to the drivers for putting on some amazing shows that I have been very lucky in getting the opportunity to commentate over. I don't know if we can vote for Race of the Year. We may think of something like that. That's a good idea. You may have just put some thoughts into my head there, Tomas. But yeah, it's definitely been my honor to cover all the drivers in this race. They've all just done an amazing job. The administrators did a fantastic job of the organization and putting the whole thing together. And of course, GAVRA, I don't know how he manages to find all of us, but he does an amazing job of finding all of us and getting us all together in one community. I cannot recommend a GAVRA racing community enough. We have just races in multiple games, and who knows what the future holds with all the new titles coming out. And again, SIG is working really hard and is planning an amazing iRacing championship. I think that's going to be a great leap forward for GAVRA Racing. So if you're interested in the iRacing, definitely join the Discord and hit up SIG. It's going to be good. He's putting a lot of work into it. I have no doubt it's going to be nothing short of amazing. And of course, I am babbling on. The sun has gone down. Y'all, thank you so much for watching this season. I really hope you all enjoyed it. It has really been my honor to be your commentator and to cover these drivers. And as always, the sun's down. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay on this stream anymore. I really hope you all enjoyed it. I've been Jukebox, your commentator. Everyone have a great night, as this was a great end to the season. And stick around for just a minute. We'll have the standings for all of the Project Cars 2 seasons. I'll have those on a slideshow that SIG does. Again, SIG, man, amazing job on everything you do. Y'all, thank you again.